Welcome. I am in Idaho on the beautiful Salmon River. Just drove down several hours from Montana through the Moose Fire on the 93. Very smoky. We planned to stop there and weren't able to because of the fire, so I hope if you're in that area that you're staying safe. This is a power Vinyasa flow, so the only prop you might need for this is a block. It's not required, but if you know that you like to have it, you can grab that now. One thing to note is that while I have been given permission to put weight on my right ankle, I still don't have much movement or flexion in this ligament and joint. So do as I say and not as I do. Listen to my cues, and just know that if my right foot looks funky, it's because it is. I can't move it a whole lot, but I'm really excited to flow with you today. So we're going to start in a child's pose. Make your way down. Toes touch and knees nice and wide. Walk your hands forward. If it's early in the morning for you or you're just waking up, you might like to walk your fingers nice and far away from you, keeping your forearms off of the mat. You can let your forearms rest on the mat, and you can also take your arms by your side if you're feeling a little bit low on energy right now. Maybe it's the end of your day rather than the start. Whatever version works for you. Take that here. Let your forehead rest. And then start to listen to your breath. Full inhale through the nose. If you'd like to take a few rounds, exhaling through the mouth to begin. Sometimes that feels really nice. If you're ready to come right into your Ujjayi breath, taking both breaths through the nose, you can invite that in now. Just notice the temperature of your breath, whether it's falling in your belly or more in your chest. And we'll take 3 more rounds of breath here just to land. Good. Rock your forehead from side to side. And then press into your palms and start to lift your hips up, making your way into your first tabletop. Spread your fingers nice and wide, shoulders over your wrists. Ideally, your hips are over your knees, and we'll move through our cat-cow. So inhale the breath, pull your shoulder blades down your back, pull your shoulder blades together, and the temptation here is to jut out your chin, but keep your chin slightly tucked. This back bend is happening in the shoulders, not so much the chin and neck. Good, and then we'll exhale from here, press into your hands, tuck your hips, squeeze the navel to the spine, round and dome through your upper back. Really hollow out through the belly. Good, inhale. Cow pose, pull the heart through the shoulders. Exhale, round into cat. Inhale, cow. And exhale, cat. Good, come back to neutral. Let's take our right foot off the mat and take your gaze back to the right toes, getting a side body stretch through the left. Bring your toes back onto your mat and take your left toes off the mat. Take your gaze over, find that side body stretch on the right. Good, toes back to your mat and just make that a little bit more fluid, leaving your toes where they are, taking your gaze from side to side, kind of a wag of the tail. Good, come back to center and then tuck your toes. If they're not already, we're going to head into downward facing dog. So pedal out through the feet here if that's what you like to do. Maybe come onto your tiptoes and let your heels drop to the mat. Really spread the fingers wide and press into the forefinger and thumb side of your hand so there isn't any hollow space in the palm. And then pull your shoulder blades away from each other by spinning your biceps to the sky. Really nice. Landing here in our home base. Big breath in. Open out through the mouth. Nice. Come high onto your tippy toes and then ripple forward nice and slowly into your high plank pose. I've got to adjust here. Maybe you do too. Good. So pretend I've wrapped a string around your torso, around your belly button. And as we come back into our downward facing dog, act as if I'm lifting you like a marionette through the center. So this lift starts from the core, and we press back with our hands and lower our heels back to downward facing dog. Good, we're going to do that again. Inhale onto the toes, ripple forward, high plank pose. Good, squeeze the glutes, turn on the core. We'll pause here for a moment. Nice, on your next exhale, lift with the hips, come back, downward facing dog. We're going to do that one more time slow. Inhale, come forward. Tighten the core, everything's firm. Exhale, take it back. Good, 3 times, a little faster. Inhale, forward. Exhale, down dog. Inhale, high plank. Exhale, send it back. Last time, come forward. Exhale, down dog. Good, 2 rounds of breath here, warming up through our spine and through the shoulders. Pull your ears in between your biceps rather than looking at your belly button. Look towards the top of your toes or even at the center of your mat. Good, we're going to come back to that high plank, ripple forward. This time as we come back to downward facing dog, we're going to take our right hand and touch our left calf. Come back to plank, replace the right hand. This time left hand will reach back for the right calf or shin. Come back to high plank as you inhale. Exhale, right hand to left leg. Maybe it's just your knee or your thigh, that's fine. Come forward, high plank. Exhale, right hand reaches, left hand reaches to the right. Ooh, I'm tongue-tied, back to plank. Good, one more each side. Exhale, maybe reach for the ankle. Inhale, back to plank. Exhale, twist. Nice, back to plank. Hold it here. Shift your weight slightly forward. Spin your biceps forward, the eyes of your elbows forward. We're going to lower to chaturanga to the count of 5. Nice and slowly for 5, 4, elbow squeeze in tight. 3, 2, 1. Nice. Untuck your toes. Forehead comes to your mat. Slide your hands back, getting ready for cobra. We'll start nice and small since we're still getting warm. Pull your elbows together. Start to lift your gaze. Start to lift your heart. Press into the hands just slightly. Pull those shoulder blades together and then exhale, lower down. Good, again, inhale for cobra. Press into the tops of the feet. Press into the palms. And exhale, lower. One more like that. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Good, take your hands out to 10 and 2. On the fingertips, elbows to the sky. Same thing, but a little bit bigger for oscillating cobra. So you're going to start, leave your chin tucked. Start by pressing into your hands and lifting from the low back, coming all the way up. Head is your last thing to rise. Good, and then from your low back to your middle back to your upper back, your forehead's the last thing to lower. Good, take that again. Lift with the inhale. Exhale, lower down. One more inhale. Exhale. Really nice. I've got sand all over my hands. Plant your palms next to your floating ribs, either coming through tabletop or in one plank piece through plank. Make your way back to downward facing dog. Good. Big breath in. Full breath out. Nod your head yes. Maybe shake your head no. And then slowly start to walk your hands back to your feet. We'll be at the back edge of our mat, coming into your forward fold. So some people like to grab opposite elbows or wrap hands behind the head. Definitely add a slight bend to your knee if there's a lot of tightness in the back of the legs. Crown of the head reaches to the mat. Nice. We'll slowly start to rise up one vertebra at a time. Add a slight bend to your legs if you haven't already. Good, coming all the way up. Arms sweep up. Exhale, hands through heart center or down by your side for Tadasana mountain pose. On a little bit of an angle. All good. Feet underneath your hips. Shoulders down your back. Just inhabit your mountain here. Good. Inhale, arms reach up. Exhale, twist to the right. So left arm is forward, right arm is back. Take your gaze with it, open up across the chest. And see if you can keep your hips square to the front of your mat here. Good. Inhale, both arms reach through the middle. And we'll exhale, take it the other way. Right arm forward, left arm back. Take the gaze with it. Emphasis on the hips facing the front short edge of your mat. Good. Inhale through center. Exhale, we're going to cactus the arms and bend the elbows. For a little baby back bend, take the gaze up to the sky. Pull the elbows back and down. Inhale, reach. And exhale, forward fold. Good. Walk your hands all the way out to downward facing dog. And we'll take 2 breaths here. Good. Same sequence. Walk your hands back to your feet. Fold. Ooh, that wind is real loud, y'all. Inhale, come all the way up. Hands through heart center. Mountain pose. Good. Inhale, arms reach. Exhale, twist to the right. Inhale through the middle. Exhale, twist to the left. Inhale through center. Exhale, bend and cactus. Inhale, reach. Exhale, fold. Nice. Walk your hands out to downward facing dog. And 2 breaths here. Starting to walk your hands back to your feet. Inhale, rise all the way up. Hands to your heart. Inhale, reach. Exhale, twist open, fingers finding more space away from each other. Inhale through the middle. Exhale, twist to the left. Create more space in the chest. Inhale through center. Exhale, bend and cactus. Maybe get a little bit deeper now that we're a little bit warmer. Inhale, reach. Exhale, fold. Good. Walk out to downward facing dog. 2 breaths here. Good. This time we'll start with the feet, walking them slowly all the way up to our hands. Bring your big toes to touch and your heels apart as you inhale and lift your chest. Lift your heart up to chair pose. So the goal is to get biceps by the ears. That's pretty difficult for a lot of us. It becomes easier if you open your arms a little bit wider. Take your gaze out in front of you. And try not to have any curve in your spine. So oftentimes we stick our butt out here. I want you to tuck your hips underneath you so we have a nice flat spine. I think there's a storm blowing in. We'll see if we get rained on. Good. Sit 1 inch lower. From chair pose, bring all of your weight into your left foot. Start to slowly straighten into that left leg as you rise up, drawing the right knee into your chest for standing staff. Flex the toes toward your face. See if you can get your knee in line with your hip. And engage your low belly to help with this lift. So we don't want it all coming from the hip flexor. Use that core. Then your gaze is out in front of you. Shoulders are down your back. You've got a slight bend to your left knee, so you're not locking out into that leg. And then we're going to twist open like we just did in our warm-up sequence. Left arm forward, right arm back. Maybe taking the gaze out to the side. Makes it a little trickier on the balance. You can even gaze back at that right hand. Good, inhale, both arms reach. And we'll cross the right ankle over the left knee, bringing your hands together, drawing down through heart center for a figure 4. Keep your chest proud and the weight in your left heel, keeping the weight back. Go as deep as feels comfortable here. Good, inhale, rise. Knee back out to that 90-degree bend. And then we'll start to slowly kick the leg back as we take the arms with it. Coming into your warrior 3. So again, the toes are flexed. Ideally, the leg is in line with your hip, and you can either have your hands behind you, palms facing the ground, or you can reach your arms out in front of you like the letter T. Ooh, getting a little wobbly. Come to your breath. You can also have your hands at heart center. And if balance isn't happening for you today, you've got blocks nearby. You can bring your hands to blocks. You can even bring your hands to the floor. Just modify so that it feels good for you. One more breath. Good, to come out of this, we'll slowly bend into our left knee. We're going to step the right leg all the way back, coming onto the toes. Reach the arms up, come into your crescent lunge. So you might need to walk your left foot out to give yourself a little bit more space. We want our feet to be on train tracks and not on a tightrope. That'll make it much easier to balance. Hips are square to the top of your mat. And again, your shoulders are relaxed. Take the gaze out in front of you. Really nice. Couple more here. Beautiful. Take your hands to the mat. Step it back to high plank. We'll move through our first chaturanga. You can either lower to your knees for your cobra or come down to chaturanga for your up dog. And exhale, downward facing dog. So full disclosure, the wind blew my tripod over yesterday and then blew me over as I was in our warrior 3. And not long after, it started to rain. So while it was nice and cool in the evening yesterday, it is now in the afternoon and it's quite a bit hotter. So yeah, just wanted to let you know it's next day for me, but here we go. Let's take that again. Walk your feet up to your hands. Big toes touch, heels apart. Inhale, rise, come back into your chair pose. And I don't think I mentioned on the first side, there are different arm variations here. So if this doesn't feel good or it's really tight in your shoulders, you can take your arms out wide like a cactus. You can also just take your hands to heart center. Doing what feels good. You don't want any pain in the shoulders. Nice, sit 1 inch lower. Keep weights in your heels. Nice, we'll take all of our weight into the right foot this time. So this might be super wobbly for me. Start to bring the left knee into your chest, coming up to your standing staff pose. Find the flexion in your toes and that 90-degree bend in your knee. Gaze out in front of you. Core's tight. Good, we'll take our twist the other way, so your left hand is back, right hand is forward. Maybe take your gaze to the side or all the way back to that left hand. Definitely makes things more interesting. Good, inhale, arms reach through center. Start to cross your left ankle over the right knee as your hands come down through the heart. Send the weight back. Figure 4. If you have blocks here where you need to reach for the ground, you can take that modification as well. Good, start to rise up, bringing the knee back to your chest. Arms reach to the sky. Then we'll kick the leg back and take the arms with it as we come into Warrior 3, side 2. Again, taking any arm variation. If you've got your palms facing the ground like I have here, pull your pinkies toward each other. Squeeze the shoulder blades together. Ooh, wobbly. And if you fall like I did, come right back in. Use the core. Tune into your breath for 2. Good, bend the right knee, reach the left toes back to the back of your mat. Inhale, arms reach up, crescent lunge. Same thing here, you might need a little bit more room. Heel toe your foot off to the right. Come to your breath. Notice what you notice when you get quiet. Good, hands to the mat, step back to high plank. Move through your version of Vinyasa, and you can also skip it and go straight to downward facing dog. 2 breaths here. Reset. Wipe the slate clean. Maybe take a sigh through your mouth. Good, walk your feet to your hands, maybe hop or jump if that's in your practice. Toes touch. Inhale, chair pose. Exhale, set 1 inch lower. Starting on the left foot, bring all your weight into the left, and we'll inhale, right knee up, standing staff. Exhale, twist open. Inhale, both arms reach. Exhale, figure 4. Inhale, back to staff. Exhale, warrior 3. Tip yourself forward, choosing your arm variation. Inhale steps us back to crescent lunge, reach. Exhale, hands to mat. Vinyasa, or straight to down dog. You can also take a child's pose. Good, hands, feet to hands, however you want to get there, stepping, hopping, or jumping. Inhale, chair pose. Exhale, sit 1 inch deeper. Inhale your left knee into your chest, standing staff. Twist open. Ooh, I'm standing on a bump. Inhale, both arms reach. Exhale, figure 4. Inhale, stand, knee to chest. Exhale, warrior 3. Maybe try a different arm variation this time. Inhale, left foot steps back, crescent lunge. And exhale, hands to mat. Vinyasa. 3 breaths here. Maybe close your eyes. Find that stillness that you found at the beginning of class, at the beginning of practice. See if you can cultivate that here. Good, we're going to take that one more time on each side. Breath movement, same as we just did. When you're ready, walk your feet to your hands. Inhale, chair pose. Exhale, right knee into your chest. Inhale, reach open. Exhale here. Stay for the in-breath. Exhale, figure 4. Inhale, rise. Exhale, tip it forward, warrior 3. Inhale, step back, reach up, crescent. Exhale, chaturanga, high to low, or straight to down dog. Good, right away, make your way to the top of your mat. Inhale, chair. Exhale, sit 1 inch lower. Inhale, left knee into the chest this time. Beautiful. Exhale, twist open. Inhale, arms reach through the center. Exhale, tip forward, kick the leg back, create space, 1 long line of energy. Really nice. Step it back to crescent as you inhale. Exhale, downward to plank. Inhale, up dog or cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. I think I forgot figure 4 on that side. Hopefully you caught that and added it in. If not, no big deal. Good. Step your right foot to the top of your mat without lifting the leg. Just step right up in between the hands. And we'll take a quarter turn to our left. So just pivot on the toes so that all 10 toes face the long edge of your mat. Hands underneath you. Let the crown of your head reach down. Wide-legged forward fold. Feels good to shake out the head here. You can grab the outsides of your feet or just leave your palms planted. Good. Bring your hands to the mat underneath your face if they're not there already. And as you inhale, halfway lift as if we were doing a sun salutation. And exhale, fold in. Head drops. Inhale, lift. Come to a flat back or semi-flat back. Exhale, fold. Nice. 1 more like that. Inhale. Exhale, fold. Good. Inhale, halfway lift. Bend into your left knee. Coming into a high side lunge or high skandasana. This might be enough for you. If you have full skandasana or low skandasana in your practice, you'll just come to the heel of your right foot, dropping down. You can keep your hands on the mat if you need that help with balance. Bring your hands to heart center. If you've got your block handy, you can also sit on a block here, taking whatever feels good for you. Not what you think it should look like or what you're supposed to do, but what feels good for you and honoring where your body is today. 1 more breath. Really nice. Hands to mat or not. Walk yourself back up to your low lunge. Frame the leg. Step straight back to downward facing dog. Without reaching the left leg behind you, step it up in between your hands. This time we're going to quarter turn to the right. Feet parallel to the top edges of your mat. This time we're going to interlace the hands at the low back. Lengthen through the knuckles away from you, up and overhead, getting a nice shoulder stretch. See if you can emphasize the outer knife edges of your foot here instead of collapsing into the arches. If you can press away the feet open from each other. Last breath. Good. Drop your hands to your mat. Halfway lift. Bend into your right leg this time for our high lunge or high skandasana. I'm just going to flip around so my booty isn't to you. Good, and then you can either stay here, you can sit on your block, or you can come down into your low Skandasana, either assisted with the hands or not. You're always welcome to close your eyes in the poses that we linger in for a little longer. Find that meditation and that connection with yourself. Good. Hands to your mat. Pick yourself up, staying low or not. Reframe your left foot. Step straight back to downward facing dog. My mat is getting super hot in this sun, you guys. Ooh, toasty. I'm going to flip back around so that we can work together. Inhale your right leg high. Three-legged dog, bend your knee, stack the hips, open up for scorpion. If you really like hip circles here, you can take that. Beautiful. Re-extend the leg behind you, three-legged. We'll step the foot through. Spin your back foot flat, about 45 degrees, and cartwheel your hands up, coming into your warrior two. So with our warrior two, there's actually a little bit of a twist happening. Our chest should be parallel to this long edge of our mat, but our hips are facing that top left corner of our mat. So if you press your right knee open, that'll automatically put your hips where we want them in external rotation. Same thing as previously mentioned, in our forward fold, you want to press into the knife side edge of your foot. Activate your glute. And you can either take your gaze, your point of focus, or your drishti over your front middle finger, or close your eyes. So we spend about 5 breaths here. Listen to the noises around you, if there are any. I've got wind and birds. You might have kids and household noise, maybe a lawnmower. Just be present with it. Nice. From here, we're going to tip forward into our side angle pose. So you can have your hand on the front side, inside of your leg. You can come to the outside of the leg. You can also be here, forearm across the thigh. If you're here, we just want some action and emphasis into this hand, not letting the wrist hang limp or fingers be loose. We've got some action in here and in our upper fingertips as well. Take your hand up to the sky. Pull your shoulder blades away from your ear. So notice if you're hunching or dropping into the shoulder, press away. Create space across the chest. If you like to bind here, you can take that. Maybe it's just a half bind. Sometimes this feels nice across the shoulders and collarbone. All right. Release your hand back to the sky if it's not already there. Take your gaze down to your mat. We're going to prep for half moon pose. So your left hand will come to your hip. Your right hand will come down about 6 to 12 inches outside your right toes. This is where that block might come in handy. And then we're going to step up onto the right leg into half moon pose, Ardha Chandrasana. So we're aiming to stack the hips and the shoulders here. Slight bend in the right knee. You don't want to hyperextend the joints. And you can take your gaze out to the side. You can try to close your eyes. That might be fun. Some people like to take one hand to the ankle or hover one heart in a half prayer. If you really like Japasana, you can take that here by grabbing the left leg behind you. This is far too wobbly for me on this side for that today. Think what works for you. 3 breaths. Really nice. Your left hand will come down to the mat. You're going to square your hips off nice and slowly, coming into standing splits. Again, Flexing into the toes, nice and straight, back leg as if we were standing in Tadasana, mountain pose. And then let your head fall to the mat. Crown of the head reaching, and a bit more of a fold, and then we'll inhale, halfway lift, the gaze, the heart. Exhale, fold. One more, inhale, halfway. Exhale, fold. Good, inhale. Exhale, step the left foot to meet your right, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, let it go. Step to your high plank. With the same exhale, you lower to your chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog or cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, your left leg lifts. Bend the knee, stack the hips, come into your scorpion. Trying to keep your chest square to your mat. So sometimes our left shoulder will peel open to the side. I want you to pull it back down so your chest is facing the mat. Taking those hip circles if you love them, leaving them if you don't. And then re-extend the leg behind you for three-legged, and we'll exhale, step the foot in between the hands. Good, spin the back foot flat, 45 degrees. I'm just turning around so my back is not to you. Ooh, that's a hot mat. Inhale, warrior two. So if you need to, take a look at your right hand behind you. Make sure your arms are in a line. You can really emphasize this by squeezing the shoulder blades together. And then again, same thing with that twist. Your chest is to the side of your mat, but your hips are going to be facing the top right corner of your mat on this side. And then I'll be quiet for 5 breaths so you can turn the gaze inward. Good, your next exhale will take you to your side angle, whatever version or variation that is for you. Your block can be on the inside, the outside, you can be on fingertips. We're right here on the forearm, forearm to the thigh. Take your gaze up. Again, if you like that half bind or full bind, you can take that here. Spinning your bottom ribs up, your chest to the sky. Beautiful, release your right arm to the sky. We'll come into the half moon prep, so right hand to your hip, left hand down outside of your left pinky toe. Inhale here, and then exhale, we'll step up onto the left foot, Ardha Chandrasana. Flexing in the toes. Beautiful. Taking any of those arm variations or balance challenges on this side. Feel everything open to the side as if you were trying to get your body flat against a wall. If you've got Shavasana and you took that on the first side, you can take it here. Good, right hand comes down to the mat. We're going to slowly square our hips off. Coming back into neutral rotation. Standing splits, let the crown of your head drop towards the mat, nose toward your knee. Stand into that back leg, and then inhale, halfway lift. And exhale, fold in. Inhale, take your gaze up. And exhale, fold. Next, exhale, right foot meets left. Halfway lift, inhale. Exhale, step back to high plank and move through your chaturanga, vinyasa, or skip it. All right, we're going to do the same thing, breath to movement. Starting on the right side, inhale your right leg high. Exhale, step the foot up. And inhale, cartwheel, rise to your warrior two. Beautiful. Exhale, side angle pose. Inhale, prep. Either hand on your hip, hand to the mat and to your hip, and we exhale, step up, half moon pose. Inhale, square the hips, standing splits. Exhale, fold. Halfway lift. Breathe out, step it back. Chaturanga. Or straight to down dog. Good. Inhale, left leg lifts. Exhale, step in between the hands. As you inhale, rise to warrior two. Exhale, side angle pose. Inhale, half moon prep. Exhale, half moon, Ardha Chandrasana. Inhale, standing splits. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, chaturanga. Nice. We'll do that one more time each side. Breath to movement. Inhale to prepare. Exhale, let it go. Inhale, right leg lifts. Exhale, step up. Inhale, rise, warrior two. Exhale, side angle pose, any arm variation. Inhale, half moon prep. Exhale, Ardha Chandrasana. Inhale, square your hips. Exhale, fold. Inhale. Exhale, step back. And we'll meet in downward facing dog. Inhale, left leg lifts. Exhale, step between the hands. Inhale, rise, warrior two. Exhale, side angle pose. Inhale, half moon prep. Exhale, Ardha Chandrasana. Inhale, standing split. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, arm reaches. Exhale, step back, maybe jump back. Inhale. Exhale, down dog. 3 breaths here. Nice. From here, we're going to take the first sequence and add it to the second sequence. So it will all be familiar. Just listen to my cues. When you're ready, make your feet all the way to your hands, stepping, hopping, or jumping, forward fold. Inhale, chair pose. Starting with your weight on your left foot, inhale, rise, knee into your chest. Exhale, twist open to the side. Inhale, reach both arms up. Exhale, figure four. Hopefully I don't miss it on the other side this time. Inhale, staff. Exhale, kick it back, warrior three, arm variation of your choosing. Inhale, bend your left knee, step your right foot all the way back to your crescent. Good, this is where they're going to marry. You're going to spin your back foot flat and open up to your warrior two. Exhale, side angle. We were just here. This should be pretty familiar. Inhale, hands down for your half moon prep, and exhale, steps you up. Inhale, standing splits. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, reach. Exhale, step it back. You might be starting to fatigue, thinking I could skip a vinyasa. Please skip the vinyasa. You don't got to do them all. Feet to your hands all the way up. Inhale, chair pose. All the weight into your right foot this time. Left knee into your chest, standing staff. Exhale, twist open. Inhale, standing staff. Exhale, figure four, sit back. Inhale, lift. Ooh, take flight. Warrior three. Inhale, step the leg back, crescent lunge. Exhale, spin the back foot flat, open out. Warrior two. Stay for the in. Exhale, side angle. Inhale, half moon prep. Exhale, step up, Ardha Chandrasana. Square the hips, standing splits. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, follow that breath all the way down to your bent elbows. Inhale, reaches up. Exhale, downward facing dog. Really nice. 3 breaths here. We're going to take it one more time. Good. On your next exhale, make your way to the top of your mat. Fold. Inhale, chair pose. Standing on your left leg first, right knee comes into the chest. Exhale, twist open. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, sit low. Inhale, rise. Exhale, take flight. Inhale, crescent. Exhale, warrior two. Stay for the inhale. Exhale, side angle pose. Inhale, half moon prep. Exhale, Ardha Chandrasana. Inhale, standing splits. Exhale, fold. Breathe in as you lift your gaze. Breathe out as you step back. Straight to down dog or maybe through a vinyasa. Really nice. One last time. Feet to your hands, however you want to get there. Chair pose. Inhale. Standing onto your right leg, left knee into the chest. Twist open as you breathe out. Inhale, both arms reach. Exhale as you sit back, figure four. Inhale, reach. Exhale, tip forward, finding some version of a capital T. Inhale, step the foot back, reach up, find space, get taller. Exhale, open out, warrior two. Stay for the inhale. Exhale, side angle. Half moon prep. Inhale. Exhale, Ardha Chandrasana. Inhale, standing splits. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, heart reaches. You are vinyasa or skip it. Exhale. Downward facing dog. Really nice. I'm nice and sweaty. Good. Without raising your right leg, just step it in between your hands. We're going to hop the left foot up about a third of the way to the mat, up the mat, 45-degree angle, coming into pyramid pose. So blocks can be super helpful here. You might need to do that heel toe of your right foot over to the right a little bit more as well. Hands can be anywhere. Some people like to do a prayer behind the back. But I will encourage you to take your right thumb to your right hip crease and pull it back. We're trying to get our hips square to the top short corner, short edge of our mat here. Catch your breath after that long vinyasa sequence. Good, and then we'll make this a revolved pyramid. So your left hand will stay down and your right fingers will come to the sky. A block, again, super handy here. If the floor is just way too far away, you can take the outside of your left hand and press it into the right calf. My only request here is that you're not locking out into this leg. That's going to cause some damage. Bring a teeny tiny bend and then twist open. Whatever's going to work here for you. Take your gaze up. Peel that right shoulder back. Really trying to twist through the upper back. Beautiful. All right. We're going to take the same pose onto one leg for a revolved half moon. So you're just going to take your left hand out in front of your big toe this time, about a foot. Take all of your weight into your right leg. Hop off that left foot. Twisting Ardha Chandrasana. You can take Chapasana here if that's fun and that's in your practice. Last 2 breaths here. Good, release the foot if you grabbed it for Chapasana. For our exit, we're going to step the left foot all the way to the back of our mat, rebending our front knee, just coming into a low lunge, and step the right foot to meet the left, right back into our downward facing dog. Inhale through the nose. Exhale through the mouth. Nice. Without lifting that left leg, step it in between your hands. We'll spin the back foot flat as we hop it up about a third of the way up the mat, 45 degrees. That's one of those tricky ones for me. And then heel toe the foot to the left if you need to give yourself more space. Start to fold in. And take your left thumb to that left hip crease. Tuck it back. Encourage it to go back so that your hips can be square to the top of your mat. Hands can be anywhere you like, including on blocks. That breeze is so nice. Good, revolved pyramid. Right hand stays down. Left arm will reach for the sky. Once again, you can take the back of your right hand to the outer side of your left leg. Just add a little micro bend to the knee. Turn your gaze up, twist the chest open. And then we'll take this pose onto one leg. So your right hand will come out in front of the left toes. Take all of your weight into the left foot. Lift the right leg, twisting Ardha Chandrasana. Taking Chapasana if you dig it, and leaving it if you don't. Not required. Last breath here. Could release the leg, both hands to your mat, step all the way back. So you're in a low lunge. Left foot meets right, downward facing dog. Inhale through the nose. Exhale through the mouth. Beautiful. Slowly walk your feet up to your hands. Take a little longer than you might normally. Toes together or hip width distance. We're going to come up into a chair pose. And then lower an inch, and lower an inch, and lower an inch. And keep lowering and lowering and lowering until you get all the way to your booty. Oh, that was my mic. Hold, please. Good. From here, we're going to come into boat pose. I'm trying to find a flat spot on the mat. Your boat pose can be here. It can be holding your thighs. It can be with your feet on the ground. Whatever version works. We're in our boat pose. Core is tight. Your back is flat. Shoulders are down your back. And we're slowly going to lower to low boat pose for a hover. Make sure that low part of your back is pressing into the mat. Shoulder blades are lifted. And we'll exhale, lift back up to boat pose. Inhale, lower down and hover, Ardha Navasana. Exhale, Navasana. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. 4 more. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. Good. 2 more. Inhale. Exhale. Last one. Exhale, stay. Bring your hands to heart center. You can keep your legs lifted if you need a break. Feel free to put your feet on your mat. We're going to come into a twist, elbow taps. Come to the other side, tap. Boat pose with a Russian twist. Maybe we'll call it Navasana twist. So you can keep your legs still. Really just rinsing through the core and the obliques. The slower you go, the harder it is. And I'm shaking. Okay, 5, 3, 1. Oh, hold it. You can get your legs a little higher. 10, 9, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Woo, put your feet down. Take your hands, plant them behind you, fingers facing your bum. Lift your hips up, come into table position. You can drop your head back or not, optional. Don't do it if it's funky in your neck. Good, lower your hips back to the mat and make your way onto your back. So we'll take, let's say 2 bridge poses. So make sure your ankles are right underneath your knees. You can reach down and kind of graze your Achilles tendon. Tuck your shoulders underneath you. Roll them underneath. If you need to grab the outsides of your mat, if this is a new pose for you, that helps with that external rotation. And then from here, tuck your hips. So pull your navel to the spine and start to lift in your heels, pressing the thighs up, lifting the hips, interlacing the hands if you've got the bind, coming even higher onto the shoulder blades, bridge pose. Good, lower down nice and slowly, upper back, middle back, lower back. One hand on your heart, one hand on your belly. And you can knock your knees in towards each other. Good, we'll take that again. If you want to go into full wheel, you're welcome to. If you've got a block and you just want to rest your sacrum on it, you can do that too. Otherwise, lift your hips, come into your bridge pose. Good, slowly make your way out, coming all the way down. Take your feet as wide as your mat, let your knees knock in toward each other. One hand on your heart, one hand on your belly. Let your knees windshield wiper over to the right. And then over to the left. Keep your feet nice and wide. Inhale to the right. Exhale to the left. Let's go back to the right. And this time we'll take the right ankle onto the left knee. Finding a little bit of stretch through the legs, and if that's too much, just take the ankle off. You can take your arms out wide at this point, or maybe cactus them. I'm going to keep them on the mat so I don't get pricked by all the grass. Good, take your ankle off the knee. Switch the knees over to the left. We'll take left ankle on top of right knee. Take your gaze over to the right. Take your ankle off the knee. Draw your knees up and into the chest. Take 1 or 2 circles on the low back. And then reach down for the outsides of your feet, coming into happy baby pose. Pull the feet down into your armpits, knees closer to the chest. Flex into the toes. And drop your tailbone down. So notice if you're really rounded, you can just take the grip to the thighs or calves. And your shoulders and your head stay nice and heavy on the mat. And release your feet when you're ready. Open out into your Shavasana. Your feet are as wide as your mat. Palms face up. Take up some space. Let go of your Ujjayi breath. And just surrender. You can stay in Shavasana for a little bit longer if your day allows. You need to get going, or you're ready to carry on with your day. Start to wiggle through your fingers and toes. Draw your knees into your chest as you roll onto either side, coming into the fetal pose. And keeping your eyes closed, press yourself up to any comfortable seat. Bring your hands to touch at your heart. One final breath together to close the practice. Inhale through the nose. Exhale through the mouth. Blink your eyes open. Namaste.